So, I want to talk about the discussion that recently went viral about cooking with Kaya. And just a PSA before I get started, I recently revived my second channel, Fem Strategy, and that is where I am posting all of my non race related level up content. So, make sure you go watch the new videos and subscribe if you're interested. The link is in the description box. So, Cooking with Kaya is a young lady who has gone viral for cooking and twerking on TikTok and saying how she can take a woman's man with her cooking. Black men on TikTok love her, they are singing her praises, but she's getting criticism from Black women on TikTok. And I don't know, maybe it's the algorithm of my TikTok burner account, but I only saw a handful of videos from Black women who seem to be straight up hating on Kaya. But maybe I was just too late and I came after Black women started defending her because I saw Black women coming to her defense more than anything. And I believe it's because Black men responded to her positively. So I do wonder if the quote unquote hating Black woman narrative is being overblown. I do have some criticism, but I will first say that I think Kaya is a pretty girl, nice body, knows how to cook. Her food looks pretty good. And I have no issue with Kaya getting her bag from these men online. And her bragging about taking a woman's man, that seems to be her way of trolling and rage baiting. And since y'all fell for it, she now has over 1 million followers, not only on TikTok, but I think on Instagram as well. And so I believe Kaya knows what she's doing. And honestly, I doubt that she's willing to do what she's showing online for a dusty or a broke man. And that is what these men are missing. Because I did watch one of her videos and she did say that she is single and she cooks for herself. So she's not cooking for a man in real life. She is playing a character on the internet. And it appears that she's pandering to everyday men online in hopes of attracting a baller that she can actually cook for in real life. That's why she recently did a collab with DDG. She wants to cook for a man with some coin. And I believe she's intentionally appealing to average men to boost her platform up so she can do that, so she can attract the men that she really wants. And I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. So when you think about what she's doing, she's just playing the game like all the other pretty girls making money from men online. And it seems like the men aren't really catching on to that, but you really can't expect them to. And I did watch some of the Black male responses to Kaya's videos. And there was one in particular that I thought really summed up why Black men, or most of them, are praising Kaya.
You know what I don't see people talking about when they talking about the cooking with Kaya and the cooking with y'all people? Is like I don't think y'all understand aesthetics means a lot. Cooking with y'all looks unattainable to regular men. Like no funny shit. That looks unattainable to regular men. Like even the size of the kitchen looks unattainable to regular men. But cooking with Kaya looks attainable. Like not to say that she ain't doing her thing, but that looks like an apartment instead of a house. Like she looks relatable. She looks like regular guys can talk to her, but she still looks good while cooking at that. And the cooking with Ja just looked like she's supposed to be in somebody's chef, or she's in somebody's house chefing up, cooking for whoever's in the house. Cooking with Kaya look like she's making a meal for herself and her boyfriend. The aesthetic means a lot. I don't think y'all understand that. I think that's what they get women be getting it fucked up because women be saying shit like, oh, you should check out cooking with Ja's real tea is because she looks unattainable. Like she looks like you can't walk up to her and holler at her like a regular person because of her background, her aesthetic. Like no, most guys when they're watching her video, I'm pretty sure they're thinking, yeah, she look good and all that, but I don't got enough money to be keeping her in a big ass house. And cooking with Kaya look like she's somebody down to earth that you can talk to, that is not gonna push the background aesthetic in your face.
He was spot on, in my opinion. Black men primarily like Kaya because she looks attainable to the average and below average earning Black man. And I watched some other responses from Black men, and they were saying that they liked Kaya because she's an attractive, traditionally feminine woman who has a nice body and who is willing to cook and cater to her man. And I do believe that is part of why they like her, but it's also because she's twerking and pandering to average and below average Black men without overtly requesting anything from them in return. That's the part they're leaving out, and they may subconsciously not even know that's why they like her, but it is. And by the way Black men are reacting to Kaya is proof that they don't actually care about Black women twerking on the internet or being over sexualized, as long as Black women do that while being in service to Black men and not asking them for anything. So just keep that in mind when you hear them complaining about half naked Black women on the internet. But I guarantee if Kaya was doing the same exact thing that she's doing now, but she was saying that it was only for rich men or provider men, the response will be much different. They like her because she's intentionally making herself appealing to the everyday Black man. And because she's doing that, they're weaponizing her against other women. They're using her to say, see, this is what all Black women should be doing. When again, Kaya isn't actually doing that for an average Black man in real life. She's just pretending to so they can give her views and or money online. And also, as a Black woman who cooks frequently, I know and see Black women cooking all the time. I grew up around many Black women who cook. So if Black men are having a hard time finding women who cook or women who are more on the traditional side, they're probably just not traditional men. Hell, there's a lot of Black women who are cooking for non-traditional Black men, and they're also paying most of the bills and they're pulling most of the weight in the household. And that's another quiet part that the men aren't saying out loud. They want a woman who cooks like Kaya and also works a full-time job, pays half the bills, and cares the most for the children. And it's possible that they're dealing with Black women who are tired of doing all of that work and they don't feel like cooking every day. And so, ladies, just remember that whatever women, average and below average Black men, flock to and negatively compare to other Black women is probably a woman that you don't want to be like. And that's why, in my opinion, Black women should start ignoring women like Kaya and just let them pander to Black men. Because any criticism you have, even if it's valid, it's going to get you labeled as a hater by Black men, men that you probably don't even want, and by women who are extremely Black male identified. I saw a lot of Black women saying, oh, well, the Black women who are hating on Kaya aren't girls. Kaya is joking about taking another woman's man. And joke or not, that is not girls behavior. Let's keep it real. Even the female rappers who say that in their music typically aren't girls either. And I'm not mad at Kaya, but I'm also not going to big her up to prove that I'm a girl when she's likely not one either. And some of y'all with that critique aren't even girls yourselves. So let's keep it a buck. What y'all fail to realize is that sometimes Black women are actually making critiques from a place of love because we want better for other Black women. It's not because we're hating. It's not because we're old and hating on younger women. We just want women like Kaya to know that she could use what she has to attract better men and better people. But see, the community doesn't want that for her. They want her with niggas like DDG, even though they see how he treats the mother of his child. Y'all talking about being a girl's girl, but y'all don't even want the best for other Black women. And you don't want the best for yourselves. So sometimes, ladies, you just got to sit it out and let these women learn the hard way. And I'm talking to the Black women who know better. Sometimes you just got to accept that some of these Black women are just like the niggas they attract. So telling them not to be a pick me or pander to some of the most loser men on the planet is a futile effort. You are not going to get through to these women. Now, one thing I do want to caution Black women about is calling other Black women basic or unattractive. Because I did see one Black woman say, oh, well, Kaya's not even that cute. And the woman had facial features that were similar to Kaya's. There's a lot of Black women who have feature blindness to the point where they're dissing other Black women with their same features. That is counterproductive because you're undermining your own unambiguous features as a Black woman when you do that. So that is definitely a problem. Now, what we can talk about is how we don't normally see Black men praising a Black woman with Kaya's facial features, at least not to this degree, unless, of course, she's twerking or pandering to them. Because unfortunately, like many other unambiguous Black women, Kaya knows she has to be hypersexual and pander to Black men in some way to get the kind of attention she's getting from them. So I do think her actions point to a lack of self-worth. But unfortunately, that is typical for Black women who specifically want the Black male gaze. That is what many Black women have to do to get a viral amount of attention from them. They have to shake a little something or pander. It is what it is. And it's not just Black women. The same is true for women of all races who are in the red pill space. Just Pearly, for example, she wouldn't get the attention she gets from men if she weren't pandering to them. And the same is true for some of the red pill Black women as well. If they weren't pandering to Black men and chastising other Black men wouldn't pay them any mind. And be clear, I am sure that Kaya still gets attention from men without pandering. Again, she's a very pretty young woman with a nice body, but would she get the same amount of attention without twerking and pandering to Black men? Probably not. And that's my point. And I feel like a lot of Black women don't want to admit that about Black men. And they get real defensive when they hear stuff like that. Because I heard some Black women saying, oh, well, Black men told y'all they want natural women with real bodies like Kaya, and you didn't listen to them, and now you're mad that they're praising her. And they were really trying to make it seem like Black men regularly go crazy over women like Kaya. But if you're honest with yourselves, you know that they usually don't. And the only way that Black women will believe that most Black men actually prefer women like Kaya is when they start bigging up women who look like her on a regular basis. Women who look like her that are not twerking and pandering to them. That's the only way Black women are going to believe that Black men want everyday Black women who look like her. Like, y'all should be asking yourselves, why do Black women have to do all that to get their attention? And while I do believe that a lot of men, regardless of race, like natural bodies and kind of a more subtle aesthetic on women, they also very much like fake women as well. It's just that a lot of those women aren't as attainable. The BBL girls and the other girls on OF, they're getting paid by some of the same men praising Kaya. So getting online and siding with men about their supposed preferences for natural women, that's kind of dumb. I know we natural women like to think that men only have eyes for us, or we think we're special because men say they prefer natural women. But ladies, they chase and cheat with women who aren't natural all the time. So I would never make a public statement on their behalf to position myself over women with fake bodies. Ladies, you set yourself up when you do stuff like that, in my opinion. And also, the men who say they like natural women, they don't usually like us completely natural either. What they mean to say is that they like pretty women who are not overdone. Subtle hair, subtle makeup, nice bodies, average to fit weight, maybe slightly overweight depending on how you're built, and they like believable hair and believable bodies, even if they're fake. The men who like completely natural women are usually hoteps or dusties that can't afford a woman's beauty maintenance. So ladies, stop letting these men lie to you. If they didn't like fake women, the most done up, fakest women wouldn't have so many male supporters. So you need to judge men based on what they do and not what they say. So anyway, that is all I have to say about this. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch up with you in the next video.